to take you to Parliament, where the majority in the House is currently addressing the nation on the cocoa sector reforms, as announced by the Minister for Finance, Dr. Kasiel Atuforsen, and other matters are rising. So let's go over to Parliament. Isaac Adongo is the one addressing the press.
In February 2026, government initiated a comprehensive reset of Ghana cocoa sector to restore financial viability, rebuild confidence among cocoa farmers, and reposition cocoa as a disciplined commercial institution capable of sustaining national output and value addition. The need for reform arises from the cumulative impact of misalignment in pricing, excessive debt accumulation, operational inefficiencies, and structural weaknesses that intensified between 2017 and 2024 and culminated in severe financial strain for Cocoa Board. By January 2025, Cocoa Board indebtedness has reached approximately 32.9 billion Ghana cedis. Ladies and gentlemen, the sector also entered 2025 amid unprecedented global cocoa price collapse of roughly 76% between January 2025 and February 2026. The magnitude has never been seen in the last 3 decades of our life. These domestic and international shocks jointly necessitated structural reforms to Cocoa Board. There have been talk about forward sales and why forward sales may be the reason for where we are today. At the start of 2025 to 2026 cocoa season, Cocoa Board had forward sold approximately 530,000 tons, representing about 82% of the projected 650,000 tons of cocoa at an achieved average FOB price near 7,200 per ton. Only 18% to 20% of the projected sales remained unexposed to the spot sales that we were trying to manage with the forward sales. By contrast, the 2023-2024 season illustrated the risk of excessive forward commitments. 672,000 metric tons were contracted against an estimated 850,000 tons of projected output. So even though we're expecting to grow and harvest about 850,000, we have gone ahead to sell over 786,000 to unsuspecting buyers who didn't know that we don't have the cocoa. Actual production was only 448,000. But we signed a contract to sell almost 786,000. So we defaulted on those arrangements. And when you default on your forward sales agreements, there are implications, financial implications for the country. So ladies and gentlemen, this overcommitment created costly rollovers that continue to burden Cocoa Board between 2025 and where we are now. So even though we had contracted to supply a lot more cocoa, we got only around 50% of what we contracted. So this government had to take over that additional overload with the financial implication for Cocoa Board when monies were not made available to finance those purchases. Cocoa Board entered 2025 with roughly 17.8 billion in loans plus significant operational liabilities. So loans alone was about 17.8 billion by the beginning of 2025, And if you add this to other obligations, you will soon come to realize that at this point, COCOBOD was bleeding with an exposure of over 60 billion Ghana cedis. Certainly, that vehicle could not be sustainable and needed to be addressed. I just want to tell you something simple. You know, what is the name? If you have a basket in which you put water to drink and the bucket is leaking, do you fit the leak before you put water inside, or you continue to put the water inside hoping that some will be left for you to drink? Ehinana edikosuo nabo. Obeso ano ansan wasansuo guma na obese nsuo gum no wagense nyame beboa na nsuo nakem. You have 60 billion of somebody's money. It's not free money. You are not paying. And you are saying that we should continue to even go and borrow more. You know, maybe you don't listen to our people. These are people, even the common Bible, they read it in reverse. Could do 1 now, over 22 years. And these are the people advising us to go and add more debt when we cannot even pay 60 billion. And because we have kept quiet, somehow they think that these illogical arguments that they are advancing is what will save the people of Ghana. We are resetting the cocoa sector. And I will make you understand where we are by the close of this engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, COCOBOD, I just want to take you through a couple of the reckless financial exposures that these people left for us. They borrowed 1.8 billion from Africa Development Bank. This government, in 1 year, will have paid down 1.2 billion of that money. The interest that have accrued on those Africa Development Bank loans is about 209.5 million. We have paid 165 million of that money. They had a 10-year Bank of Ghana loan, the principal of which was 1.3 billion when they left. We have since paid that money by converting it into equity to recapitalize COCOBOD so that COCOBOD is financially strong and relieve them of the burden of servicing those debts. The interest payment on that is about 65.7 million. Again, we have relieved COCOBOD of this obligation by using it to recapitalize COCOBOD and give COCOBOD a better financial standing. The Ministry of Finance, that cocoa that they went and promised the people and took, you know why they were promising people that they can generate 850 metric tons? Because when they went to the market for the syndicated loan, they had to indicate that they are going to get receivables from 850,000 metric tons, so that the white man will be nodding and be giving the money. When they give them the money, they defaulted in paying all the money and had to go to the Ministry of Finance to borrow $70 million in bridge finance. Records show that the then Minister for Finance, Mohamed Amin Adam, had written couples of letters to remind them to make good that obligation. They failed. So even the money that they took, they couldn't pay all. They had to go and borrow to pay what they borrowed. The government of Ghana, in the wisdom of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the amount equivalent to about 1 million has been 1 billion has been converted to equity to improve the financial standing of COCOBOD. That is the resetting that we are doing. Again, cocoa bonds totaling about 9.3 billion, they didn't pay. We have had to pay about 2 billion of that in this short period. Non-marketable bills from the Ministry of Finance that they didn't pay 3.7 billion. The whole of that money has been converted to equity to improve the financial standing of COCOBOD. Other debts related to operations. Sometimes we take money, Cocoa Board takes money from local processors. There are companies in Ghana that process cocoa. So sometimes they pay Cocoa Board in advance to supply the cocoa. We took the money and didn't supply the cocoa. The government of Ghana have had to pay 741 million in John Mahama's term out of about 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. Evacuation and other operational bills of about 168 million, we have paid 36 million of that money. Secondary evacuation of cocoa. So you can see that the restructuring of Cocoa Board started long before the Minister for Finance announced the reforms, because we knew that Cocoa Board, where it is, needed to be revitalized, needed to be recapitalized, and needed to go through a stringent financial restructuring, which we are already pursuing to put Cocoa Board in good standing. Cocoa Roads expenses. We inherited Cocoa Road commitments totaling about 26.5 billion Ghana cedis. Out of that money, we have done a review of the arrears and the expenditures involved, and 4.4 billion of that has been certified and rationalized and transferred to the Ministry of Roads to implement and conclude those transactions. We believe that the work of Cocoa Board is not to be constructing roads. Since they themselves are now struggling, it is time for us to wash their hands off cocoa roads and get the appropriate Ministry of Roads and Highways to take over the construction of those roads. I would attach to you a list of those cocoa projects. In fact, it will surprise you to know that in 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020, Cocoa Board made no allocation to construct roads. Yet, the government and Cocoa Board defied the orders of its board, which did not agree that they should construct roads. They ended up awarding roads to the tune of 1.4 billion in 2017, 14 billion in 2018-19, and then a further 5.8 billion even in the year of COVID. In the year of COVID, when they were roaming around with bowl in hand, they were still milking Cocoa Board to construct roads. But the worst of it is that Cocoa Board, in its own wisdom, did not approve allocation for the construction of roads. But they bulldozed their way and had those huge sums of money to award contracts. The end result is that we were now settled with about 26.6 billion in road commitment at Cocoa Board. Certainly this cannot continue. It must stop at some point. The monies that they drew down from Africa Development Bank loan of 600 million, 250 million of it was not released by Africa Development Bank. But the 350 million that they took for pollination and the rest with a view to improving cocoa production rather resulted in a drop in cocoa production. So where did the money go? Clearly, they were in cocoa. They use pollination and the rest just to take money. Irrigation and all those things that will make Ghanaians believe that they are working. The money didn't go there. As a result of the cocoa production rather plummeted after they spent those monies. Ladies and gentlemen, the matter before the people of Ghana is to whether to continue the business as usual and collapse Cocoa Board Kojoto like we collapse the bond market, You have forgotten DDP, right? It was the same thing they were doing. They only know how to borrow. In fact, in this country, we were told that they were better borrowers. They knew how to borrow. Not better construction or contractors of road. Not people who developed better education, but that they were better at borrowing. Unfortunately, they were better at borrowing, but not better at paying the loans. So in the end, they went to the world and said that we cannot pay. Because we cannot pay, we all have to take a haircut. And then on top of that, the capital market that they came to meet, they went there to give them a haircut too. And now they are saying that the capital market that they've sacked, they declared Ghana bankrupt. And they're asking us to go and borrow. From where? In the international capital market, when you are passing and you mention the name of Ghana, everybody covers his money. Oh, you're not aware? Well, I don't know. Do you understand? So we, as descendants of Ghana who have inherited a country that is known not to pay debt. So where are they asking us to go and borrow from? Can they lead us to where we left them that they could borrow and went and destroyed, so that we'll go back to them and borrow? Now, they will not give us money because you have collapsed the capital market. And nobody is willing to give us money. So even if we wanted to borrow, where? Must have do have money to give us. Or you are not involved in DDP. Pensioners, I saw some of them the other day, they were demonstrating at the ministry. So that is the situation that we find ourselves. Over procurement. While the board was saddled with a lot of debt and serious financial challenges, Cocoa Board continued to procure items as though it was Father Christmas. When Cocoa Board had 286,000 bales of jute sacks sitting at the port, they only went and cleared 91,000 of them and left the rest at the port. Meanwhile, they also had 75,000 bales of jute sacks. So add that to what is in the port. They had enough to last them another 3-4 years. But just a few days before they left office, they went and contracted and paid 48 million to bring in 80,000 bales of jute sacks. These are reckless people. If it was possible in the days that we were shipping people, these are people that we have to line up and tell cocoa farmers, it is the conduct of these people that denied the government of Ghana the resources to properly take care of you at this point in time. So that we'll give everybody a cane. Cocoa farmers will ship you in tow. Then we will know who is at fault. But these are the type of people, because they can sing and dance more than everybody. Sometimes they tend to think that when they tell the same lie many times, it becomes the truth. If Ghanaians were not vigilant, I'm sure one day they would have told us that Psalm 23 has 118 verses. And that when you get to Psalm, you get to 118, you don't proceed to 120. You rather come back to 20. Or is it 22? But you people are very vigilant. You won't go and quote the Quran. You go and enter spaces anyway. Look, Cocoa Board costs, as we speak now. Cocoa Board requires no less than 23 million Ghana cedis to finance its ongoing operations. But on top of that, we also know that that's in millions. As we speak now, Cocoa Board, in order for Cocoa Board to survive, we are looking at being able to raise working capital of over 30 billion Ghana cedis. That 30 billion is not to pay the 60 billion they've left. It is just to make sure that Cocoa Board can do lala sulala. 30 billion. So you can now understand. 30 billion. COCOBOD doesn't deal with millions. 30 billion in working capital. Meanwhile, if you look at the accounts of COCOBOD, you will notice that there's a big hole sitting there that needs to be addressed. The equity of COCOBOD is over 2 billion. In other words, Numashi
Go Ghana! This March, we don't just remember where we're from, we celebrate who we are. Our stories, our culture, our rhythm, our pride. And it all begins with an evening designed to set the tone for an unforgettable Heritage Month. Join us as we officially launch the Heritage Month 2026 in grand style, color, and culture. Date is Wednesday, 25th February 2026. The venue is the Channel 1 TV Gardens. The time is 5:30 p.m. prompt. It will be an evening of culture, conversation, music, fashion, and storytelling as we unveil the exciting lineup of events and programs specially curated for you this March. From powerful cultural experiences to engaging community moments to celebrations that connect generations. The Heritage Month 2026 promises something for everyone. This is more than a lunch. It's a gathering of cultural lovers, a meeting of tradition and modern expression, a night that sets the heartbeat for the month ahead. The Heritage Month Launch 2026. We will see you there. This event is strictly by invitation.
Sweetroot Secondary School invites all alumni and stakeholders to the 67th anniversary and homecoming celebrations. It's happening from Friday the 20th of March to Sunday the 22nd of March 2026. On Friday, How I Got There, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Year groups check-in and roll call. Gary Sockings competition. Cadet course ceremony from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. All students convoy. Drive to Suesco, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Candlelight procession from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Welcome cocktail with alumni and staff of the school. Meet and greet with Compa Band performing live at the forecourt of the school complex from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday, speech and prize giving day from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. All year groups lunch from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Alumni dance party from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. On Sunday, anniversary Thanksgiving service at 8 a.m. A great opportunity to reconnect with your old mates. Contact your year group president now. Semper Cum Optimus, always with the best.
On this happy trip back to the This is the Upside Out Show. This is the Upside Out Show. This is the Upside Out Show. Your favorite lifestyle show on TV. From exclusive interviews with your favorite personalities.
The child in me sometimes is quite predominant.
So hold on.
I hope you understand. And people misinterpret that. I'm a very calm person.
Okay. What's been keeping you busy now?
Staying out of trouble, that's keeping me busy.
So behind the scenes secrets that you haven't seen or heard anywhere else. Aha! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Here on the Upside Down Show is where it all happens. Today, people don't care about morals, people don't care about intentions, people don't care about anything. Your money can buy you any and everything.
But you will not last.
Really?
No, you will not last.
But then the person see the dead body.
I thought Wakacho
Catch the Upside Down Show every Sunday at 7 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
All I wanted is to be part of a real family. I thought you were kind.
Akwele, I offered you money, got you a hotel for a few nights. That was the best I could do.
I wanted little dignity and shelter. I promised I wouldn't speak of that night. I promised I would help around the house. You know, cook, wash, keep quiet, and I met it.
You make it sound so simple.
It was simple until you made it complicated.
Akwele pregnant. For you? Fifi. I didn't say she was pregnant for me. All I said was that she was pregnant. She said you know who the father of that child is. And we both know what that means.
Any problem?
No, Your Highness.
Good. Then continue your royal duty with gratitude.
Permission to resign.
Denied.
The Blankstons, coming soon on Channel 1 TV.
The vibe is too much.
Let's get into the world of sports like never before.
You know how we do it on Fridays.
Join us every Friday at 7 p.m. on 97.3 City FM for Sports Panorama, your ultimate destination for all things sports.
One of the biggest scandals in this country's history. You can't spend 250 million USD and come out with that.
From the thrill of association football to the excitement of basketball, tennis, athletics, and even emerging sports, we cover it all. Whether it's the Premier League or the latest NBA showdown, we bring you the stories behind the stars.
Getting an opportunity to become a national team coach, he should understand the politics around football.
And don't miss the prayer of the rabbi.
Joe was Zebal. How Zebal there? Zebal won Chaboke Waloko.
We're not just about the games, we're about the community.
If you are going to be given this kind of treatment, then you need to be that guy. When I look at him play, he is not it.
Or when it's time for Don't Call Me.
Join
the conversation as we connect with fans across the country and beyond. What's the latest updates? Send us your thoughts and we'll feature your comments live on air. And remember, we like to hear your predictions for matches and your thoughts in general. Think you know who's going to win? Let us know.
Big shout outs to my YouTube people.
Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. only on 97.3 City FM. Sports Panorama, where sports come alive. Sports Panorama, your weekly sports fix. Don't miss out on the action. Sports Panorama, catch the excitement every Friday.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we get the right guests, ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you. We have a very, very interesting show for you tonight. We captioned the show Around the Continent in 160 Days. Why? Because our guest is an interesting person. He's a Pan-Africanist who's driven to over 32 African countries in 160 days with a message: Africa must unite, Africa must visit each other, drop those borders, and let's do one thing. Ras Mubarak will be speaking to us tonight, reflections on his travels across the continent and on the Africa's future. Stay with us.
Smile, Look lively, okay? Smile, smile. Is the money too small? A bad stomach ruins your day. Don't let it. Take Gastron, your most effective antacid for the relief of symptoms of peptic ulcer, heartburn, gas pain, flatulence, and indigestion.
Hey guys, what are you waiting for? Let's go, let's go.
Mwah. Can you bring down the smiles more? Gastron, effective relief from stomach discomfort. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemist Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome to Malcolm, where shopping is a musical experience for all generations. Grannies, let's roll it back.
Malcolm Ghana, we did for you. Malcolm's got it all for me and you. Sizzling discounts, we tear up by a distance. Bring back home the experience we did for you. Life made so easy peasy, lemon squeezy, shopping made easy. Sometimes money day, sometimes some way out of pocket. We got you everywhere, everything, we got it all right here. Malcolm season. The price is right.
The price is right.
The price is nice.
The price is nice.
Fresh with the vibes, unbeatable. If the price they fight,
If the price they fight,
come for the views.
come for the views,
Come for the likes.
come for the likes.
Everything you they want under one roof. Even come for the ride.
So you come for the ride.
Your number one stop shop, number one. Your number one stop shop, Malcolm. Your number one stop shop, number one. Your number one stop shop, Malcolm. Malcolm Ghana, we did for you. Malcolm's got it all for me and you.
No matter the generation you belong to, Malcolm is where Ghana shops.
Bring back home the experience we did for you.
Bring home the experience.